side right here with the metal cutting circular saw. You know, real nice clean cuts for the most part. Hit it with a soft pad on the top to kind of take the sharp edge off. Well, last night I started this side with it. You know, let's see. Did this cut with it, this cut with it, did this cut with it. Did this one long cut with it right here. This one long cut with it right here. Well, then I messed up the blade by plunge cutting, trying to plunge cut, which is basically you set it on here and then you kind of, you know, trying to get down in here for this box right here. I believe one of these boxes I started, did one cut as a, oh, this is it right here. Did this one cut as a plunge cut. I just dicked it all up, dicked that blade up where it wasn't gonna cut no more, hardly at all. So I got impatient and I cut it with my Hypertherm 30 Air. This is 3/16 material. And I mean, it came out all right. It's good. Knocked slag off the bottom. It's a little rough around the edges. Hit with a, hit it with the flapper disc, should be all right. But the main part that I'm disappointed about is the warpage. You know, look at, see, look, it's sitting on that bed right there. I don't know if you can see that, but it is warped. Now, granted, it's gonna be sitting up. Look at the warpage on there. See? Now, granted, I'm gonna clamp this down and, you know, weld it like that or whatnot. So it's not huge, that big of a deal, but that's what it cost me for being in a hurry and not waiting. That blade was only 38 bucks. I went and picked it up at the old welding supply shop where I bought the saw, and we're back in business on this side. So, my little spiel for this one. Take the time, do it right. I did do some plunge cuts on this side right here, and I said I used the cutoff wheel. Well, I used the cutoff wheel for about 7 or 8 inches. I think the blade on that thing is 7 1/4. So I did an 8 inch cut with the cutoff wheel, and it was a lot easier to get that circular saw blade down in there and then keep going with it. Stop. Same thing. So 8 inches here, 8 inches here, 8 inches here, and 8 inches here, so I could start and run it, start and run it, start and run it. I did this little section with the cutoff wheel, etc., etc. This one, it's not even 8 inches, the whole, you know, here and here, so I just used the cutoff wheel all the way around it. But I burned through 1.5 of those wheels just on this little, you know, this little tiny section right there. So you can imagine cutting all this out with the cutoff wheel would be pretty crappy, along with the possibility of one of them things having to come apart and, you know, hurting yourself. So that's it. That's all I got. I'm gonna head these things. They're about ready. I'm gonna do some cleanup on these jagged edge ones. This one I've already done. It's good, ready to go. Also went today and had bedsides broke. The old Ford here. There's a new Ford here. Bedsides broke to match the factory bedsides there. I'll show you how I did that real quick. I made this template. Made this template, took it over to took it to these guys. They had a mechanical press brake. I'm talking an old school 1950s or 60s Cincinnati badass MF'er. No hydraulics on this thing, straight manual, all skill. do these vents on this thing. I was pretty impressed. It was pretty neat to see. Let's see, but this up there, I'll show you. So I made this here template. See there? Kind of marked where the sharp points of the brakes were going to be for them. And they just took measurements off of it and went from there. Now, deck height down is going to be 16 inches or 17, but I think I'm just going to go for 16, keep as much clearance as I can. But this is how I did it. I did it actually on the bed. This is the truck itself, but just put this thing up there. And that's the template there. A little bit tiny bit of gap. Looks bigger on camera, I guess. But that's all I did to get them to one of them. Get them to break them bed sides for me. And they did a pretty jam up job for just giving them a template. They wanted to roll it and whatnot, have some rolls in there, but that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing to fuss about right there. That's maybe a 1/16 of an inch gap right there. All right, we're back. I'm gonna call it a day, but first I'm gonna give you a little what we did today. There we go. Got the decking sitting and fitting pretty good. This little rod box should hold 4 cans, 50 pounds, 4 50-pound cans of rod, and probably I'm guessing I can get three blue tubes of like 70-18 or something like that. Got the acetylene hole cut in there. Still got to make the supports down here to hold everything. This box, I don't know what it's going to be yet, but it's going to just be a small miscellaneous box. I'm guessing it'll probably be for like wire wheels, grinding discs, grinders or something. Got the old helper box down here, nice and big, be real deep, be 16 inches deep to the top of the deck. And then I don't know if I'm gonna bring the rear toolboxes 2, 3, or 4 inches above the deck, so it'll be real nice deep boxes. Factory hitch all installed, welded up. Got the pucks back in there, so I got that factory hole look. Those are in there tight. So, look good. I'm gonna build a door. I'm gonna have a door that on hinges under here. I can, fold it up, pull it off the side of the hinges for when I'm traveling, or slide it back on the hinges, fold it down, and latch it back here, so I'll have still some deck, some space up here to use when I'm working. Got my side of the box probably have torches and tips and I don't know. On my other truck, this was all torch related stuff and a set of sockets and whatnot. This box is quite a bit larger, so plenty of room for stuff. You can set a whole. The goal is to have it on the other side over there. Set a whole helper's bucket in there, loaded. So files, rods, done after the day of working. Throw that whole bucket in there. And next day, pull the bucket out, get to burning. It's going to be the lead well box right here. Lead well box should be pretty deep. It's going to be the old fuel door up in here. This way or this way. off there for the welder. It sits down 5 inches. It's a 5-inch set in. About as low as you can go. About 1/4 inch there. So we'll see. We'll see if that gives me any kind of grief. Acetylene, or not acetylene, the oxygen bottle boxes. This is 12 inches tall right now. I think I'm going to cut it down. I believe I can get 10 and a half. 10 and a half, I think, is the tallest I can go with the channel iron that's going to be in here holding the bottles in there. So I might cut these down and trim this out a little bit. Not make it not as boxy. Figure out a nice way to be able to hold the, hold the bottles in there securely. Right now it's just clamped down. Just clamped down for now. As long as that, I'm gonna plate this end off right here. Plate this end off or make it a door. I don't know if I want to load the bottles in from this way or the other side. Don't know yet. Up here I'll build some kind of I don't know, gating or fencing, if you want to call it. Some round bar, hold the cooler and whatever else over there. And then my wife brought me some goodies from the house. Got a delivery, mail, 5-inch turbo back exhaustifier. Yep. So that's about it.
Body line? That was badass.
That's the point of getting all that done.
Yeah.
It's not obviously
That is-
lined up perfectly. Can't lift it up no more because that box is in the way, but we'll go like that.
Yeah.
And another one. It's going to be, that body line's going to go all the way around.
Yeah, I like it. I think on most rigs that you see driving around, it's just like it's all flat.
Yeah, a lot of guys just do it flat.
Yeah.
Some guys do it. Some guys do have it like that, but then on the back corners it's rolled. They have a big like circle around the backside, but
Yeah.
I think that these trucks look better.
Wait, that's
The
pretty
boxy stuff,
badass right there. That's sexy.